Hey everybody, in this quick tutorial I'm going to show you the fastest way to UV map a plane. If you haven't seen my previous video in this playlist, that explains how to UV map a plane. It's the slower way, but it also explains what UV mapping is and how to do it. So I really encourage you to watch that before you watch this. Okay, so this is the fast way. We're going to use a free add-on called Images as Planes. So you're going to come up here to the File menu, User Preferences. Now I am using the older version of Blender. It's version 2.79, and that's because that's the version of Blender that has the game engine, and that's what my students are using in class to make 3D games. Okay, so you're going to click on here on Add-ons, and up here in the top left you're going to type in the word Images. And you're going to find right here, import, export, import images as planes. And you're going to click on this little checkbox to make sure it's activated. Then click on Save User Settings. That way you don't have to install it ever again. All right, that's it. I'm going to delete my cube by pressing X. And now when I press Shift A, I now get under the Mesh category, there's an extra one option here called Images as Planes. And so now I'm going to navigate to my desktop. And I'll go ahead and bring in this image right here. And you'll see that it creates a plane, and the plane is actually modeled and scaled the exact same size as the image, which is really cool. Now I can't see the image, so I need to press Z and choose either material or texture. If you don't have the Pi menu installed, you need to come down here, click on this, and then just choose material or texture. Okay, so that's it. If I press S and scale it up, I can make it bigger. Now you will see that if I move my light around, the plane is affected by the light. So let's say I don't want that. Let's say I just want the plane to be nice and bright. So I select the plane. I come over here on the right and I click on the materials panel that looks like the little beach ball. And I scroll down, and then I find under the shading category, I click on shadeless. And that then makes it nice and bright. Okay, let me move that off to the side. I'll do that one more time. Shift A, Images as Planes, and this time I'll bring in a portrait photo, and I'll scale it up. And again, I'll choose shadeless, so it's nice and bright, and you'll see it comes in. It's so very much faster than the first video, opening up the UV editor and unwrapping it and doing that. And this just works only for planes. Okay, I'm going to delete this one here. All right, the last trick I'm going to show you is for trees, and this is for the game engine. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go back to my web browser, and if you do an image search for tree, and then you do an image search here, and you click on transparent up here, if you find an image that is a PNG, in other words, it has a transparent background, you can do some really cool stuff. This first one that I found here, if you click on it, this actually links to a really great website that actually has all transparent images here. So I'm going to go ahead and try this one here. And I'll go ahead and hit download. And of course it's a free site, so it does take a few seconds here. Okay, so it finished downloading, and this particular site has quite a few other trees. Maybe you saw that before, so quite a nice library. When you are searching Google Images, you have to be careful. Some of the images aren't really a ping. They're just a screenshot, and so you'll see the checkerboard pattern, but unless it says .png, it's not a true ping. Okay, so I'm going to go back to Blender, Shift A, Images as Planes, and now I'm going to go ahead and go to my Downloads folder, and I'm going to go ahead and bring in this image right here. So here it is here. Let me scale it up, bring it in, and you can see there is my tree. Now if you come up here and you turn on the Blender game engine, now you can press play, and you'll see that in the game it comes through and it works really nicely. And there we are. And I'll bring in one more tree just to make it look a little nicer. Let's see, and here we go. Okay, so scale it up. All right, so now I've got two trees in my scene. I'll rotate them so that they're maybe rotating towards the camera a little bit better, just so you can see them a little better. I'm going to choose shadeless as well, so they also look a little brighter. There we go, looking better. And now when I press play, there you go, you can see two different trees in there, and it looks really nice, true transparency, and that works great. And if you do this for your games, each tree is only one face, only one plane, so you could do 30 or 40 of these and do it really nicely. And of course I can duplicate these just simply by pressing Shift D, duplicate them, scale it down a little bit, move it around, you know, and then rotate it a little bit so it's a little slightly different. And you can really make a forest pretty darn quickly. So yeah, go ahead and have fun. I will see you next time. Thanks so much.